Hi everyone, I hope you're all keeping well and welcome. My name is Lisa. So we have just had Pluto move into Aquarius a couple of days ago. So some of you may have felt, a little bit of an energy shift, maybe not. But this video is mainly to concentrate on the energy that we're going to be experiencing this year. Because it's a 20-year cycle, Pluto in Aquarius, and we don't want to sort of go into think about the whole 20 years. We want to concentrate on now. How can we harness the energy to start this cycle as smoothly as possible now? So I'm going to be going through every sign, and I'm going to be bringing in how we can use this energy with currently the North Node in Aries as well, and how that's going to influence how we're moving forward. And also just thinking about Jupiter moving into Gemini in the summer months as well, and just how this is all going to be working together. So I'm going to be giving some sort of hints and tips as well, how you can harness this energy and just work through it more smoothly. Because the thing is, we can harness the sort of the darker, lower vibration of the transit, or the more lighter, higher vibration. And if we know what we're working with, it means that we can use it to our advantage. So I'm going to be going through every sign. If you do want a bit more information on how Pluto is moving into Aquarius, how this sort of affects us generally, there is another video I've done, Pluto in Aquarius, Love Will Set You Free, so you can check that out, and that just gives a bit more of an overview of what you can expect. But otherwise, I'm just going to jump straight into the signs. And so for my lovely Virgo, Sun, Moon and Rising, so Pluto has just moved into your 6th house of health and wellness, and your day-to-day chores, and your people you work with as well, your animals, pets if you have any. So with Pluto here, wherever Pluto is, Pluto transforms, and this is a long year cycle. It's roughly a 20-year cycle. So I want to concentrate mainly on how we can use this energy, what's coming up for you in this next year. So bringing in that North Node as well. With the North Node in Aries, it's been there since the summer last year, and it's going to be there until the beginning of next year. So Pluto rules your 3rd house. So your 3rd house is a very busy house. This is a house of communication, the way we communicate, people we're communicating with, sort of everyday travels and interactions. And so bringing in these 2 houses as well, there could be a lot that feels like it could feel quite busy. There could feel like there's a lot of changes in the people you're communicating with, the way you're communicating, the way maybe there's different routines and things that are happening as well. This could also be to do with routines that involve people like your neighbors or your siblings, or your tight community and things like that, as well as people that you work with. So I can see this like being quite a busy time for you. And the North Node right now as well for you is in the 8th house. Now the 8th house, the 8th house is about resources. So resources that we can get from other people. This can be to do with money that we have with other people as well, or other people's money, so investments and things like that. Can also be things like inheritances and all those sorts of things. So with the North Node there, the North Node is going to be bringing you something, and that's the node of destiny. We have the North Node and the South Node. The North Node is taking us and moving us towards the path of where we're supposed to be going, and the South Node is something that we're leaving behind. And so in the 8th house, which is more to do with other people's resources, other people's money, there's something here that could be coming in for you, or if not already, where there's opportunities maybe for you to do investments with people, or plan or some opportunities and things like that, but more so where you're working with people. Because the other thing is with Virgos, you can be very very logical and quite particular, which is great because you can really get jobs done, but to the point where sometimes you may feel it's easier to just do it yourself, right? And so in that case, if you are someone who is very overly independent and just gets things done on your own, maybe this is a time now that is asking you. Yes, the North Node is in Aries, which is all about what drives us. It's about our own individual ambition, how we're moving in the world as well, how we're connecting to that creativity and that action and that motivation. But in the 8th house, this is how we are working as an individual, possibly with others as well, and allowing others to help move you forward. Okay, so there's because sometimes we can think of independence, or North Node is in Mars and it's all about what we want and our needs, but we forget what interdependence really is sometimes. And interdependence, which is where we want to be. We don't want to be overly independent and we don't want to be codependent, but interdependence is when we can have that balance of being able to be connected and rely on others, but also we have our own autonomy and that independence where we can also do things for ourselves. Because ultimately, freedom is felt mostly in connection, right? So we think that sometimes freedom is being on our own. We don't have to answer to anyone and that sort of thing. That sometimes relationships that we have with people can just be more challenging. Having to rely on people can just be more challenging. And maybe this is now a time saying, hey, you know what, Virgo, it's time that maybe you can rely on someone. And maybe there's people coming in for you where you're going to be able to do that. Or you're going to maybe now have to find and draw on some other people and resources to help you through things that maybe you're going through. And this could also be to do with, Saturn is in right now your 7th house of partnership. So whether that's partnerships in love, your spouse or partner, your business partner, clients that you have, there's Saturn here can bring a sense of, quite a lot of responsibility. And so there could be some more responsibility you're feeling in your relationships at this time. So maybe some people are leaning on you. And maybe there needs to be this balance of you leaning on others as well. And so, just keep that in mind for this next year, that how can you be successful and move forward, and also, accepting the resources and help of others as well. And realizing what I said about connection, real freedom is in connection. And that's part of what Aquarius is all about as well. Aquarius is about being one with everyone, but we all bring our own uniqueness to each other. And with everybody's uniqueness and what every individual person brings something different, and that put together creates magic, it creates power. And so remember, that sometimes it's great to do things on our own, but sometimes it's called as well to be and lean on others. And so Pluto, just quickly as well, going into your 6th house, this is also a house of service too. And so there could be things to do with you wanting to maybe do things that are more surface orientated. So maybe you want to go more into things like mentoring or teaching or just helping charities, doing something that feels more meaningful, like you're making a difference to people. And this could also be things like technology. Maybe you're doing something in technology or finding ways to use technology to make everyday life easier and more helpful for people, because Aquarius rules that, And so these kind of things are quite interesting to think about. It's kind of like a way of working smarter, not harder, it's that kind of attitude and mindset. And so you're going to have Jupiter as well going into your 10th house. I think it's around the end of May, summertime, and it's going to be there for a year till summer 2025. And so with Jupiter, Jupiter expands and grows wherever it is. So this is going to be in your 10th house of career, of your status, of what you're doing out in the world. And so this is going to, some very fruitful things could be coming up for you over this next year as well. So be open to that. And probably some kind of partnerships as well could be coming in with that, opportunities to work with people. Maybe this has already been in, this has already come up as well, where Jupiter is sort of currently in your 9th house, and this could have been working maybe in different groups, being connected to people that are, maybe you've been teaching people, maybe you've been learning from mentors as well. This is also the house of foreign countries, so maybe there's been opportunities abroad too, whether that's going abroad or just interacting with people abroad, or people from different cultures, people that have brought some wisdom and insight into your life. And so now moving into the 10th house in the summer, there could be these opportunities that are coming up for work as well. And so that all looks great. But yes, keep in mind for this year that it is about you having your needs met, but also knowing that part of your needs met is not just you meeting them, it's allowing other people to meet them too. So, my lovely Virgos, I have an affirmation that I've done for every sign, just to kind of wrap it up. And, this is just something you can think about, reflect on, or say, keep in mind. And the affirmation I have for you is, I'm open to receive and trust in the unknown. So, I'm open to receive and trust in the unknown. And so, again, this is about you receiving, because Pluto is going into your 6th house of service. And in order for us to give, so this is something to pay attention to for the next 20 years, where you are giving and contributing somehow to society, to people, because this is what Pluto is going to want you to do. You're going to manifest that higher vibration of it. So just doing so, it can be something small. It can, it doesn't have to be work. It can just be, because the 6th house is health, wellness, your everyday just chores and routine. It could be, on your way to shopping, you drop off some clothes at the charity store, just things like this. You're just doing your part. Just getting involved with ideas, charities, all these sort of things. And so, yeah, keep that in mind. But remember as well, to be of service and to help, we need to fill our own cup first. And we can only do that, if we give to ourselves. And when our cup is full, we have so much more to give, and we can give fully. So, yes, I'm open to receive and trust in the unknown. So be open, and I wish you all the best, Virgo, and sending you lots of love.